Hey guys, it's Cash, and I just wanted to come on and let everybody know that I am okay. I've had some people asking me. I just did make a big move from Miami. I just feel like I needed to change things up, get out of that environment, and just really see what was out there. I know I told you guys about what happened in Cuba, how I tried to kind of go off the grid, and it didn't really work out so well for me because I was met with gang stalking activity there, even in Cuba. So something that I have realized is that when I go to these different cities, I get these, I heard this woman call them downloads. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna call them downloads, but it's like a downloading of information. When I was in Austin, I had that epiphany that, this information came to me that gang stalking is predominantly done by people of the hipster culture that could be done for a means of political persuasion or for political reasons. So that is something that I came up with in Austin. Now, in my escape from Miami, no, I'm not going to call it that, but in leaving Miami, I had a plan, okay? And my plan, I kind of just let it go because I told no one that I was going to be leaving Miami and where I was going. I didn't even tell my mom this time. If you remember, I told my mom when I was going to Cuba. I did not even tell my mother where I was going. Okay, so I ended up staying in Tampa, and I kid you not, within minutes of me pulling off the exit, there was a cop behind me asking me what I was doing and this and that, and I was just trying to find an Airbnb on my cell phone. So that happened. So cops, law enforcement, they are definitely involved in this. For me telling nobody where I was and to be met with this gang stalking activity at this Airbnb that I stayed in, it was like the first night I checked in, the attitude was fine. Everybody was very friendly, very nice. And then the next day, it was like, I don't know if they got a phone call saying that I was there, but the attitude just completely changed. And that's the same thing with hotels. Like I know that there's a checkout, but usually at every hotel that I've stayed in since this targeting issue has really picked up, people just, you check out, and that's it. Now, I was getting a knock on the door at 10:30 a.m. to get out because it was checkout. Now, I didn't make any noise. I just stayed there for 4 hours just to get some sleep on my drive through. But to be met by someone being that rude, not really cool. But I guess that's what happens when you're a targeted individual. So, where was I going? Okay, so while I was in Tampa, one of my downloads, my information download, it sounds so weird saying that. I need to think of a different name to say. Okay, so while I'm there, I spent some time in Tampa before. I was thinking about the time that I went out to Tampa to meet this guy. He was big into webcamming with his girlfriend, or his wife, actually. So when I went out there, they flew me out. They had this big house. They had girls there camming. It was like this big webcamming, I'm not going to say brothel, but this big webcamming mansion house. And one of the things I didn't really care for on it was that they were taking pictures, the internet, from the webcam thing. They were taking pictures and posting them on some kind of site. And that's what they do on these webcamming sites, is they record you and they take pictures of you without your consent, and they put them on websites, and you have to pay money to get these pictures of you off. So that's something that I was not cool. I wasn't doing anything, but I was just hanging out by the pool and in the hot tub, and it's not really something that I want of myself just freely on the internet. So that is what kind of steered me away from that. But one thing, I feel like this trip to Tampa with this guy, a defense contractor, was essentially part of a grooming process, really, for escorting, for human trafficking, because while I was up there, he mentioned to me 2 cities, King of Prussia and Tyson's Corner. And those are 2 really big cities for escorting in Virginia. Now, at that time, I had no idea. I'd never even heard of those cities. That was like, you know, whatever. But after my 2-week stint, like I told you guys about, with that agency, those were 2 of the cities on the list. I don't know how I didn't think about that, but he was talking about, oh yeah, King of Prussia, you know, it's good, there's a lot of money there. I didn't know what he really meant by that. I thought he just meant like stripping, or like people from King of Prussia have a lot of money, so maybe they go on the webcam a lot. I didn't think he was talking specifically about escorting, but he thought that I knew what that whole game was. So I think it was just like grooming for me to go there and meet this kid and get involved in all this. So this is what I think, and this is what I've known for some time. Cops know about the human trafficking. They know how this process works. So you have defense contractors, you have security contractors, okay, so there's your cameras right there, and then you have police, and it all kind of just works in conjunction together, like all these different outlets. Like, how do defense contractors in this? Well, these are people dealing with people overseas and stuff like that, so they can easily have connections. You know, you got guns and things like that. They want girls too, so probably not a bad thing for a defense contractor to get into. So you have defense contractors, security contractors, police. It's linked to human trafficking. It's linked to webcamming. And it all plays into gang stalking if you talk about it, I guess. Or, I don't know, overstep your limit with these people. I don't know. But that was something that came to my mind that I just wanted to get out there. So yeah, so I am going to be moving around quite a bit, just to get some different perspectives from different places. I like getting different downloads. So I'm going to record the videos and then post them after I leave. So for most of you that know how this targeting situation works, you can probably understand why I would do something like that, because of situations like I had in Tampa. But Florida is militant gang stalking city, area, state. Florida, militant gang stalking state. That's what I meant to say. So yeah, probably done with Florida. And no King of Prussia and no Tyson's Corner for me either. So with that said, I hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving and a wonderful rest of your day. God bless.